and I regret my damn vote, okay? He promised America first, now he's sending billions to Israel while we're drowning back home. And
sir, why are you so upset today?
I voted for him to protect America, and now he's throwing our money at other countries and dragging us into another war.
Sir?
I didn't vote for him to babysit the whole damn world. I voted for America first.
So I just wanted to come on here and say publicly, I'm officially announcing my departure from the Republican Party. We were given 24 hours that we are no longer going to be leading this initiative. And I can say I honestly never thought that I would so deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump. For the last 4 years, I've been the lead supervisor for Project Pickle, finally discovering how many pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And I just want to say that I'm so sorry to my family. I was so wrong, and I never thought it would come to this. And the worst part is what if we never find out how many pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
It looks like Trump supporters are regretting their vote. They are saying voting for Trump was a big mistake. Oh, how quickly the political climate has changed. I mean, not so long ago, if you remember, we had so many people campaigning for Trump, leaving their families for Trump, professing their complete love and support for Trump. If my memory serves me correct, there was even a song, for Trump. And I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not pledging any political allegiance, but that song was quite catchy, okay? But it looks like the tide has turned and no amount of singing has changed the situation.
Do you guys remember this lady? Well, I'm trying not to laugh. This is her now.
It's been happening frequently at the 333 Miami Avenue Federal Court building. Janet Correa's husband was detained this week. According to her immigration lawyer, he has already been placed on expedite removal.
Deported por Donald Trump. Donald Trump deport. You heard that right, guys. Janet Correa, the famous Trump singing lady, has had her husband detained by ICE. And not only that, but he got put on expedited removal. They want him out of the US. They don't want him. But of course, we've been telling them this all along. They don't want you, bro. Also, do you remember the time I went viral because I told people to call ICE on Latinos for Trump and the family members of Latinos for Trump? It looks like it's happening, and I couldn't be happier. You reap what you sow, and I stand by what I say. But anyways, play silly games, get silly prizes.
Hispanic, and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump, we love you.
A few moments later.
Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
I was a Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this.
You should have stopped years ago, but continue.
I have a construction company, and not a fucking thing is getting done.
So here we are, in the midst of the consequences of our own actions. Got it. Continue.
This is what I get.
Yes.
This is what I fucking get. Nothing but white boys. Takes 4 days to do a one-day job. I might have fucked up.
You might have fucked up? No, you 100% fucked up. But the sad thing is, the sad and horrible thing is that you only think you fucked up because it's directly affecting you. You don't care about the millions of other people that it's affecting in the United States. This is 100% what you get when you ignore that he's a felon. When you ignore when he said, grab her by the you know what. when you ignore that he is liable for sexual assault, when you ignore that he has done scams and he says racist, horrible, homophobic things. This is what you get. Because the racism was there in his language all the time. You could hear him speak his racism every single day, and you chose to ignore it. So yeah, this is what you have to deal with. And it doesn't matter which race we're talking about. Donald Trump only wants white people in this country, and you ignored that. So yeah, you're dealing with it. All my love.
Another Trump supporter has made the news because they regret their vote. This just goes to show that the abuse has to hit you personally before you have any regrets. Pictured here is Sarah Baruth with her unnamed partner and father of her eldest child, who now faces deportation because she voted for Trump. We can continue to talk about how the Trump administration is going after families of color and mixed families as well, looking to divide them. We can continue to talk about how they continue to violate the constitutional rights of immigrants, both legal and illegal, as they all have a right to due process. But what we're missing here is that the United States is very different from other countries in the past who were faced with the prospect of revolution. Things have to get bad for everybody, bad enough so that they can think about revolting against their government. The issue here is that the majority of the people in this country look like Sarah Baruth and are unaffected by Trump's policies, unless, of course, they are with someone who can be affected by his policies. And in her case, she faces the likelihood of having to raise her child without a father, and this is due to her selfish vote. A lot of Trump supporters do not see the people that they are affecting unless somehow some of these people are close to them. And this is not the kind of country we should want to live in, where an administration is flagrantly violating the constitutional rights of even U.S. citizens now. But this is what you voted for. The time for regret is long gone.
It's been a few days since I lost my job. I posted a few days ago, and I am now thoroughly regretting my vote for Trump. I had no idea that this is where it was going to go, that this is what he was going to do. You see Cheetos up there? Hi, Cheetos. Who's going to feed him? Who's going to buy my cat food? Who's going to buy my kids food? I had an absolutely amazing position where I was able to basically have America count on me. And now that's been taken away. I no longer have faith in the economy. I no longer have faith in Trump. I no longer have faith that we are ever going to find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I no longer have that faith. It's gone. So you can crack all the jokes you want to. You can make fun of us all you want. But I was earning $45 a minute in hopes of figuring out how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And now the world may never know.
In reality, I was supporting a man and a movement that dehumanizes people. He basically built his platform on targeting immigrants, spreading hate, and
I feel that it would be immoral and inhumane to let a man who is suffering, who is terminally ill, spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation. Please don't let him die in a cell. Please don't let his vital memories be of those of pain and isolation. The American flag stands for compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice for all. We're all human, and today I'm asking for one human act of compassion to please let my dad come home.
Yes, to the you lady.
These days it would be for me to say that I wasn't thinking when I voted or that I don't watch the news. I had to ask myself the same question that hundreds of you are asking me, is why did I vote the way I did? I've spent the last few days reflecting, and I feel like I came through some sort of revelation, or like blindfolds were ripped off my eyes. I started seeing things differently. I questioned my beliefs, my choices, and my role in all of it. I started to realize that it wasn't just this one choice I made. It was kind of a accumulation of choices I've been making for years. Like, for example, when I had my first daughter, I never taught her Spanish because I didn't care to have her learn Spanish. And after having my second daughter, I kind of knew that I was a hardworking man. He raised me and my 4 siblings, and now he's fighting for his life in a cell. I'm still fighting with everything I have to see if I can get him released so that he's able to spend his final days at home surrounded by his family and his children. When I voted for Trump, I supported the very system that allows this kind of cruelty to happen. That is a choice that I have to live with. Some people have said that my family deserves this or...
Now, I'm not completely happy that this is happening. The political situation is affecting often the least powerful. We have increased tariffs, we have wars, we have deportation. Only the poor or people with the least amount of power usually suffer the most when it comes to these situations. And in other news, Miss Candice Owens has changed her mind. She has made a complete U-turn. As you guys know, Candice was a huge Trump supporter. This is how she got her fame, and she actually used her fame in order to gain more things, more power to her. But we see you, girl.
I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. How could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America. Okay? So we threaten our speech. It's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested for wrong think.